Yeah, it was really close race, but unfortunately, you have to play perfectly through 1 hour and 15 minutes or so, and Rossu kind of just ended up stumbling at the end. But let's see if he can bring it back with the Chozo, which is honestly pretty interesting in playoffs. Like it doesn't happen much, but there's a chance to have a full suitless Meridia to Dragon required. And also, again, I would not be surprised if there's some amount of divergence in the routing here.
Yeah, depending on what items we see. The first item we see is going to be 100% Morph Ball.
Yep, and
yeah.
Yeah, chat asking about the difference. So basically, all the items that you need to complete the game are going to be on the Chozo statues. So all the Chozo statues throughout the game, plus this Morph Ball pedestal, and a couple of boss item rewards. So that includes the Ridley item and the crate item, and the right supers and the wreck ship behind or above Fantoon. And it'll be again all the items in the game plus a couple or couple missile packs, so 2 missile packs and 2 supers, 1 power bomb pack, 3 energy tanks, and 1 reserve tank.
And so far, we're just seeing missiles in the minor locations. And our second Chozo item is going to be in this Chozo statue, and that's going to be more missiles.
Yep, so in terms of progression, the only thing that might matter outside of Chozo statues are E-tanks for hell runs. So basically that missile is telling them that Bomb Terizo is going to have progression.
And that progression can be either speed booster, screw attack, bombs, or power bombs.
Yep.
I don't think I'm missing anything there.
Nope, it's those 4 items. Yep.
And from the last few Chozo seeds I've seen, like I've seen speed booster there a lot.
I think I normally would expect power bombs. I think that's the most common item. It's probably the item they want the most too, just because there are some locations they won't be able to check without the power bombs. And speed is much less required in Chozo because of some locations like Wreck Ship Reserve and Waterway no longer being important locations. And it is vanilla bombs.
We will be seeing a Bomb Terizo fight today. Always nice to see it.
Yeah, vanilla too. The bombs are actually are nice in that they unlock both Gauntlet and 230, but the downside is that we may see a very long power bomb hunt now. Since in Chozo logic, those at least the first logical power bomb pack could be buried as deep as Crocmire. And yeah, unsurprisingly, Kipp is going to check 230 first, since that's a faster location.
Same as Ross, too.
And we're still looking for supers, too, although we know that supers are earlier. And early charge is definitely good for Rossu, since we know from last seed that he was the one trying to go on the charge plan there.
Yeah, but I think it's also good for Kipp, too, since he won't be picking up as many miners as he did the first time.
And Kipp is actually going to skip Gauntlet. That's very interesting because, Rossu is too. Okay, so no divergence. Gauntlet could have their first required supers.
And yeah, judging from where I've seen all of the missiles so far, it's looking like that.
I mean, logically, it has to be in green Brinstar or pink Brinstar. Although there's a possibility of finding out of logic supers or even power bombs. Because those are not restricted to chosen statues. They could be anywhere else. Just the items are placed in a way that you only have to focus on the statues.
Yeah. I just saw missiles there under Kipp
Mm-hmm.
on their supers, so that's good.
Yep. Look, it looks like those were actually the logical first supers.
That could also mean that power bombs could be located in Gauntlet.
Yeah, power bombs could still be there, although honestly there are a lot of options. The fact that they have the regular morph ball bombs. In fact, because they have charge beam this early, that also increases the chance that Croc just has an important progression item. Because in Chozo, there's a quirk with the logic where charge beam is required to not only access Ridley but also Crocmire.
Alright, because with the normal set of items, you can't beat Ridley without charge, and I believe Croc is possible, but it is also a very tough fight with very low ammo.
Yeah. And the runners are neck and neck with Kipp grabbing that extra missile pack. And they're going to have two locations here to check. The charge beam and spore spawn.
Oh yeah, Ross did take that slight edge by not picking up the missile that Kipp did.
And bomb the... Well, okay, Ross is going to check charge first. Yeah, the regular bomb's actually allowing them to do this backdoor. Otherwise, they would actually have to fight spore spawn.
Wave, that's pretty good.
Yeah, always good to have a beam upgrade, especially since they picked up the charge. And meanwhile, Kipp finding another E-tank at spore spawn.
And I think Ross had a quicker setup to do the backdoor than Kipp did. Different setup too. Kipp was opting to go all the way back, while Ross was... I'm not sure what he did, but
Yeah, I mean, I could never get the setup consistently, but thankfully it's very lenient, as there are a lot of methods of doing it.
Ross may have used a little bit too many supers, but actually should be fine.
Yep, and both runners again are going to have to decide whether to go up into the ship or down toward Norfair. I mean, yeah. I personally would go down because I have the regular bombs. Actually, they're probably going down because the problem with going up, because they don't have power bombs yet. So
if power bombs is not at the
Alpha PB's the gauntlet,
it's gonna be a long way to go back around.
Yeah, and unsurprisingly, they're not gonna take that risk here. So still gonna have the identical route for both runners. Probably for a while, honestly, given their item set.
And Kipp just finding X-ray at Spazer. With charge, hopefully they find plasma to be able to microwave.
Yeah, I mean, in Chozo, it's pretty often you actually find plasma, so this is a I'd say good chance they are able to microwave some bosses in this seed.
And Ross doing a different setup to get to this room without high jump than Kipp did. It's like just these little bit of differences make up that little bit extra of time.
Ross is surprisingly going to check that crane missile, even though he can't grab it, and it is just a missile.
And we saw last time that Kipp got here, he didn't get the Kraid quick kill, but Ross did, so hopefully both of our runners get it this time.
Yeah, no problems for Kipp. He knows the 2 missile 3 super strat. Probably the cleanest. And Rossu also gets it. Oh, and there's power bombs. That's probably actually kind of bad for Rossu, because again, the easier the seed is, or at least the more straightforward the seed is, Kipp has a lead, and he's not going to relinquish it unless there's some type of divergence here. But I mean, good thing for the runners, they will be able to not have to worry about searching for power bombs.
And yeah, Kipp will be checking this and getting it. I don't think Ross will. So as you said, that little bit of divergence in Ross's
yeah, Ross's plan is
now.
definitely going to minimize picking up missiles. Like he will pick up supers, but not regular missiles because he has a charge beam already.
And both of our runners have more than enough energy to do the I don't think they're quite in logic just yet, judging from if you're only considering Chozo statues.
I think we found 2 E-tanks, but the other E-tanks for at least the bulk mountain hell runs could easily be at Alpha PB's gauntlet or the ship.
Yeah,
so
they can certainly do it, but it might not technically be in logic.
Yeah, I know Kipp's not going to have any problems. Rossu, with only 4 E-tanks, could have slight problems. We'll see what Business Center, White Adams Business Center has. Okay, there's another E-tank. So Harmon's definitely in logic now.
Yeah. And both of our runners making their way down to high jump. Kipp picking up that missile pack while Ross skipped it. It's another E-tank. So that actually is all of our Chozo E-tanks, I believe.
Yeah.
So if hell runs weren't in logic, they are now.
Ross is definitely going to appreciate that since he knows he's about to start some hell runs. With not the greatest item setup. Like, charge is progression in Chozo, but they're looking for a lot of things right now. some more suits. They need ice or speed. High jump would be a really nice thing to find too. So
Yeah.
Rossu actually took that save, which is a little surprising considering he's just going for this now. He might not feel 100% confident about it.
I guess in case there's nothing there.
I
It
mean,
would
well,
be
he
a
knows
really
he has to
risky
do
check,
this.
yeah.
Alright, but both runners seem pretty fine. About similar energy heading to Bubble Mountain.
Yeah, I was taking the save there. Well, I don't think Kipp did.
Again, nice strategy getting over the CAC attack. And they're both going to check Speed Booster first. Rossu using the normal Wave Beam strat, while Kipp using some timed bombs.
And Ross not fully healing up, but if it's an E-Tank, it won't matter.
Well, we know that it can't be an E-Tank on Speed Booster, but
Oh,
it could be
that's
up
right.
there.
Ooh.
There's our one Chozo reserve tank, though.
Now, it's interesting. I think Rosso does pick up these power bombs here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. You want 15. Because in Chozo, there's a much higher chance you don't find the Ice Beam. And
Both
Kipp's
of our
actually kind
runner.
of taking a lead with the energy. Ross is going to have to farm up longer here, which does make a difference.
Oh. Oh, Kipp was just I'm not sure what Kipp was doing there. Killing those,
He either wanted a few more drops, probably just wanted a few more drops. He knows that there's no more energy tanks on those statues. Ooh, and just a Chozo missile. Well, that's the second one. So we've seen
all the tanks.
Yeah, everything besides one Chozo Super. So everything else is going to be an item. And also it's time for, well, chat, get those Croc emotes ready. As that's the next location that these runners will be heading to.
We're also having a little bit more trouble getting out of this room than Kipp.
Yeah, Ross taking some damage, but will be fine. Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. Like, Kipp is hoping to find Barry at Croc, because he can do lower North Air with this.
Yeah.
But Rossu would not want that.
Yeah, it's very dangerous for Ross to go into the room down there.
Rossu taking a save.
Yeah, luckily, they both have waves, so the gate glitch won't be that difficult getting into Croc, because, well, they won't be doing the glitch.
I guess Rossu is just playing to reset if Grapple has nothing useful. Yeah, because they don't have a great way. They can't do the speedless speedway, and they can't do the at least Croc Escape conveniently.
Yeah.
And I did mention before, the fact that Charge Beam was found really early, I'm almost certain there's some type of progression here at Croc. Which, for Rossu's sake, is they're hoping it's not a various suit.
And if it's not a suit, yeah, Ross did take that save at a very good place, I would have to say. Although I think you can do the frog speedway without speed booster with is it just wave, or do you need spacer and plasma?
You need either Spazer or Plasma.
Okay.
And Kipp is now going to show us what is at grapple.
Gravity.
And gravity. That's better than very, at least. For Rossu. So Kipp now knows that he's going to have to go back up toward the ship. Unless he somehow plans to find another power bomb pack and do a CF clip.
Ross getting that glitch first try. But having a little trouble jumping out of the water, as if your foot is in a little bit of water, apparently you just can't jump.
Yeah, and both runners are going to have to farm up yet again. Because, again, Croc Escape is not convenient. They can't do... Although I think they actually might do Croc Escape with the bombs, because they can move through the lava. Like, they would either have to do Reverse Cathedral, otherwise.
And Kipp taking the save, because it can be a little bit iffy if you fail too many times. Although I probably would have saved at the save room up here and not there. And yeah, Ross is just going to go for it.
Ross might just take a Nutella refill. Or, yeah, go for it, as you mentioned. Yeah, and Kipp is carefully jumping across those platforms, getting an IBJ set up.
Yeah, Nutella refill for Ross.
Yeah, it's never a good thing having to IBJ when your health is slowly ticking. But Kipp gets out of there. And Rossu is actually choosing to go Reverse Cathedral. Actually, a little surprising. He's going to lose some time by doing this. Actually taking another save, probably just for safety.
I think Kipp might probably take the refill, Slaughter's refill here, and possibly check X-ray, right?
Actually, yeah, well, I'm not positive what Kipp does with X-ray. I'm just assuming he knows the deboost strat. Well, he's not taking Slaughter's refill. So I guess he will leave X-ray for later. Interesting.
Imagine Ross checks that.
Well, with their item set, it's definitely not a very nice check. With having only bombs, that's like one of the worst situations you could check X-ray with, and taking full spike damage too.
That is true.
But yeah, if Rossi gambles on it, like for example, Varia suit at X-ray could be a huge find.
Oh, there's space jump.
I mean, Kipp would have wanted that for X-ray, although he's probably
Yeah.
just going up and clearing ship first.
Yeah, checking X-ray on the way back down.
And
And
Rossu
luckily,
is using, a super, and he's going to fill up here. We'll see if he goes for the X-ray gamble.
I think if it's Varia, that he goes right back down. Or not.
Nope, he was just refilling for safety again.
Not a bad idea because his energy was quite low. So there's actually could be quite a few items here in Wreck Ship. Because we still need ice, speed, in order to actually get through Meridia.
Yeah, the most likely item they'll find is Ice or Speed, with Varia possibly being in Meridia. And nope, Rasu's just gonna follow Kipp into the ship.
Yeah,
I
that's
think I
what
could see Rasu skipping bowling. That could be a possible gamble he takes to try to save some time. Because I know Kipp is the type of player that tends to check everything, or at least not make too many skips if he's not in completely in go mode.
And we know stuff has to be there, or I think the only thing that we haven't seen is the only minor we haven't seen yet is the second Chozo Super Missile Pack.
Yeah, everything else is going to be an actual item.
Yeah, I still think the better route is to go up this way. Because it's too... I don't know. It's really tough to think. We see another door transition high-five from Kipp and Ross going up and down. And let's see what this has. Oh.
Well, there's a super, so all items from here on out.
Yep. Ross with a little X Factor action.
Yeah, I always like the X Factor strat on Fantoon. Though he's having a bit of trouble. Gonna have to wait out another invisible cycle. And I don't think he has enough damage to kill him here. He's gonna need at least one more cycle. One more round of Fantoon. Meanwhile, Kipp is gravity suit makes Wreck Ship a lot easier, at least.
Oh yeah, it does. I'm surprised Kipp didn't space jump through that room. And there's Varia.
That's not good for Rasu, for sure. Because, well, I mean, we'll see if Kipp decides to check bowling. I think that's Rasu's best chance. If the required item
Yeah. I imagine if Ross sees that, he's gonna probably risk going out, hoping that ice or speed is not in bowling.
Yep. Although there's a chance Kipp could skip it too, since he's in go mode minus ice or speed. But it looks like, yeah, unsurprisingly, Kipp is doing the safe play and checking bowling. So this is definitely a chance for Rossu. I really do think he is going to skip bowling in this situation. I know Rossu is a type of player that does make that play in the first place, so it's in his
Repertoire.
repertoire. Yeah. I may be remembering wrong. I just for some I do remember him doing it. And logically, Kipp still needs ice or speed to get to bot win. Although I think he does know how to CF clip. Although for that he would need another pack of power bombs.
Yeah. See a lot of people in chats talking about Crystal Flash clip. Yeah, I guess. Well, we haven't seen the third power bomb pack yet, so. Kipp. That's
And
Spazer.
Spazer, that's not an item they need.
So if Ross skips here, that's big. Yes.
And he is skipping it. Rossu's is now taking over the lead. I mean, Spacer adds a little bit of damage, but I think it's pretty likely they find Plasma, honestly. So that Spacer Beam might not even do anything. Yeah, Rossu absolutely had to do this. I mean, considering he was not doing any like type of risky play before this, like he has to be thinking about like what can I do to possibly get ahead, and this was clearly one of the plays he can make in Chozo. And good for him, it did pay. It has paid off this time, but Kipp is still honestly really close, even with that.
That's
lead
true.
change.
Also, I've noticed I don't think either of them checked Gauntlet yet. Is that correct?
That's true too. Yeah, neither of them decided to check Gauntlet, and Gauntlet could have had their ice or speed. So Kipp, I guess, thought that the check was just a little too slow. Although, interesting. I mean, I know Ross not checking it. I'm not surprised, but Kipp checked bowling, but not Gauntlet, which is a little interesting.
And with Space Jump, the X-ray check here is pretty simple. Speed booster.
Yep, and there's our progression to Meridia.
I know Kipp and Ross can both do the speed clip for Zebs.
Yes, but Rossu is definitely not consistent with it. At least the last time I saw him. And also, if they're planning on not getting ice, they would want another Powerbomb pack. And
Yeah.
actually, I mean, I expect both runners to go straight to Ridley. They really don't have the best items. Like, Space Jump will help, but their beam is pretty weak. Although, okay, never mind. Their missiles are looking fine. But
Yeah.
just movement in general could make a difference. Not having screw attack, not having high jump for lower warfare.
Yeah, and I remember a race, I believe it was a week or two ago, where both of our runners went with just the 10 power bombs, and one got lucky with drops and one did not.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. That was it was Sloters versus QD.
Yeah.
They were neck and neck, and one lost because they didn't get the drops.
Kipp did check X-ray, yeah. And Kipp is actually pretty close behind Ross right now.
Yeah, I'm not positive on what locations both runners will be checking, but for sure, Kipp with the advantage in just being a lot better at any percent. This is where Kipp will just straight up have
Ross
a
choosing
lead
to
over
get
Ross.
some super missiles in that room, which now has Kipp back in the lead.
Yeah.
And then
I was mentioning on the lack of items, for sure, Kipp is going to gain some time in lower warfare, just from better movement. Thankfully, the space jump making this room free with vanilla strats.
yeah, both are now in the elevator.
I don't expect a GT check. It's probably a little bit slow, too slow to be worth for either runner. But we'll see Ridley, we'll see Dragon.
Their power bomb counts are kind of low.
Yeah, that's a good point too. But they have regular bombs. Oh, and Rossu is going. Well,
if it's
I
screw
think
attack, I think it's good for Ross.
no, I don't think screw attack saves enough time. I think plasma, maybe ice, would be the only thing worth finding here. Because I mean, Kipp is in go mode. He does not need anything besides power bombs, and that's not going to be worth it for Rossu here.
Spring Ball is nice when you're looking for suitless, but we already have both suits.
Yeah, this Golden Pirate trolling Rossu a bit in the worst room.
Yeah.
Kipp has opened up a decent lead, about a minute or so.
And judging from the damage I see, Kipp, though, if Ross is more careful with damage, he would have to spend less time farming, and I have seen that make a difference before.
Well, Kipp won't need to farm very much at all. I don't doubt his skill fighting Ridley. Like, this Ridley fight for sure, Kipp is much cleaner than Rossu as well.
Yeah.
I think Kipp needs... He'll probably farm just a little bit for Ridley. Yeah, he's farming up right here, off these Zebus.
Yeah, has enough energy for, like, any percent strats, so...
Yeah, Kipp just probably wants 30 supers. And setting up with a nice X Factor to start the fight, that's going to deal quite a lot of damage. And doing another X Factor.
It's been looking good so far.
Yeah, Kipp's already pretty much done with the fight. Got the left side pogo. Ridley's going to be down after a couple more supers. Yeah, really should be down now.
And yeah, Kipp's gonna skip grapple.
Yeah, he just has one more boss needed and has a speed booster for fast enough kill there.
Yeah, and as I was mentioning, Ross is going to be taking some time farming here. I thought Kipp was going to, but Ross needs a lot more super missiles than Kipp did.
Yeah, he not only does he have 5 less supers maximum, which makes a big difference, honestly. He also probably wants some more power bombs for safety.
Ooh, unequipped speed. Somebody in chat saying I didn't see that.
Who did?
I'm not sure.
I mean, if it was Rossu, it's probably just because he doesn't have high jump. Just doesn't want to be trolled by the jump. Oh, it's Kipp?
Kipp.
Okay, I'm not sure then.
Oh yeah, this room can be kind of finicky sometimes with the speed booster.
Yeah, there's an annoying thing about Super Metroid is if you somehow get speed before high jump, basically if you try to jump with the run button on, then your jump becomes actually a lot shorter than normal.
You know, without high jump, I think with high jump it's not as bad.
Oh no, it doesn't matter at all.
Yeah,
You have high jump, and Rossu is choosing to pick up grapple. Probably just gonna use that for Dragon. Of course, the speed kill on Dragon is a little trickier if you do not have the high jump boots. And also, I'm not sure how many locations Kipp checked on the way out of Ridley, because he still does want that third powerbomb pack.
Yeah, I don't think he was checking anything.
Rossu looks like he's going to try to set up for the speedball, but unfortunately he takes the hit from the Skiga. Yeah, and also this escape. Yeah, not very friendly. If you don't have Plasma or Screw, Rossu's going to have to take some body hits from Key Hunters on the way out. Kept showing off the space jump in water physics.
Yeah, Kipp will just... I imagine Kipp, I don't know if you'll check Dragon after killing, or no, checking for more miners, so possibly we got more
Kipp
supers coming up.
Kipp wants another powerbomb pack, and Dragon is definitely fast enough because both Ice Beam and Plasma Beam would save him significant time. Well, I mean,
Uh-oh.
Ice not that much, but Plasma it would.
Yep. Speaking of the third Power Bomb pack, Rossu found his.
That's good for Rossu, because who knows where Kipp will have to find his if he doesn't get Ice Beam.
Oh, and a nice fight from Kipp.
Yeah, that was a
Versus
nice
all
pattern
supers.
for Bot Wound, just one rounder. And let's see if Kipp can... Okay, he's just gonna farm. Not gonna go for a high jumpless halfie. Or he might do it here, actually.
I think the energy was probably a little bit low for the spark. Looks like a short charge is there.
And not gonna go for high jumpless halfie. Gonna space jump across here.
It would be interesting to see the ammo distribution on this seed too, because of how few power bombs we've seen.
It's definitely been a lot more generous with supers. Power bombs may just be locked in like hard to find locations since they didn't really have to check miners here. Well, it looks like Kipp unfortunately missed the X Factor, but still already taken Dragon down to very low health. Should be dead now. Yep.
Oh yeah, that was a clean fight.
Got to go for that spike suit yet again, and gets it without much problem.
Yeah, I can never tell what the indicator is for actually getting the spike suit.
Ooh, and Plasma behind Dragon.
Oh, that's really good for Kipp. That's yeah,
Well, that'd be good
that's
for Rossu, honestly, because it's going to
oh, he has the
nullify
power
Kipp's
bombs.
Spazer Beam. And for the spike suit, I know that I believe it's if you see Samus stopping in midair, like right before hitting the ceiling, that's when you know you got the spike suit.
Yeah, and we see Kipp looking at that missile location there, seeing a super missile and not seeing a power bomb. So he's still looking for that power bomb. A quarter halfie it looked like there.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Kipp didn't activate the spark earlier. Could be just health.
Oh yeah, that's right. Gauntlet could have ice still.
Yeah, I'm pretty. Let's see. Kipp has. Yeah, Kipp probably goes for Gauntlet. It's on the way, and he also needs the power bombs anyway, because he's already been to Alpha PBs. Like, there's really not much other minor locations left that you could find power bombs at. And I'm not sure what Ross is doing.
Taking a save.
Well, I mean, the good thing is that we know Rossu will find his plasma.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
the
Rossu has saved a lot. A lot more than what I'm used to be honest. Although he took the new Slaughter's refill.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
It looked like he saved. I don't know why I thought that.
I mean, regardless, he has saved more than I would have thought. And Kipp is just going. He's not even going to check Gauntlet. He's not refilling or checking Gauntlet.
Yeah, and honestly, with the lead that he has, even if he doesn't get any power bomb drops, I think it's still he would still be ahead after having to go back.
And Rossu having some problems with the Stragon fight is costing him more time. He's going to have to go for the slow grapple kill here. So for Rossu's sake, he's definitely hoping that Kipp does not get the power bomb drops here.
Yeah.
It's approximately 30% for Kipp to get 2 drops successfully.
No drops there.
No drops
Also,
in the
his
first
energy
room.
is looking low.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter because he's just gonna refill. Doesn't have high jump
That's
anyway
true.
for baby skip. No drops in that room either. So he would need 2 drops just from these 3 Metroids.
One
He got
drop.
1, but he will have to go back. And the 1 drop actually does matter too. Just having to only farm up 1 power bomb instead of 2 power bombs.
Yeah, going into the... I believe you'll go to the frogs up below Gauntlet Escape. And use a power bomb to open that up and get the 2 from them.
I mean, I wouldn't call this over just yet. Like, Kipp definitely is still in the lead, but Rossu's
Yeah.
in striking distance. It's not totally over yet. And the Keigos, the first Keigo, not helping Kipp. Oh, but he
There
gets
we
the
go.
drop from the second one. That is really good for Kipp. So he did not have to go up to the frogs up there.
And also, I think Ross has enough power bombs to skip the refill.
Yeah, but I think his ammo is a little too low. Let's see, yes, charge. No, I think that's still too risky to go in with that ammo. In fact, it might not even be possible with only 5 supers. Oh no, he could refill missiles. Never mind. Never mind. We'll see what Rossi does here. He will take the ships refill. So yeah, pretty much everything that I mentioned earlier. Just Kipp gaining a lot of time in lower Norfair just from sheer movement. Like not even the GT check, but just movement and having a much faster Ridley fight was pretty much a difference maker here.
Yeah. Even if Ross didn't do the GT check, I think he would just be getting out of his first Metroid room now. It's really tough to place where some of these checks can make you go wrong. All the saves that Ross took too.
Yeah, there were a couple of kind of strange, just little strange decisions Rasu made. I mean, he can save time from what is it, stand up? That's something that Kipp can't do, but yeah, the lead is kind of too big here for Rasu to catch up. Kipp setting up for the speed skip and gets it cleanly.
Yeah, that was clean. Very, very clean. And phase 1 is down, has charged plasma wave. I
Yep.
believe it takes
Pretty fast fight. It's 24
30
shots.
shots? 24 shots? Okay.
Yeah.
It's 20 for charge ice wave. Plasma, I think. Like ice is always one of the funnest things too. I didn't realize it gave that much of a damage boost.
Yeah, it looks like I'm not sure what Kipp just did in that pause menu. It was turning on something.
Yeah, Ross is just gonna ammo through these.
Yeah, his ammo was pretty good, so he can just do Zeb skip.
And yeah, even if Ross did stand up glitch here, I think by the time he gets out of it, will be enough to catch up with Kipp here. So
Yeah, I'd say it would have been interesting if Ross decided to skip Golden Torizo. But as it is, Kipp will be taking this 2-0 unless he somehow dies in escape or this fight. And I think Kipp is facing. Oh, actually, I don't think we know his opponent yet. Yeah, because what is it? Sloters and Cross Product have to play their match.
and yeah, looks like Ross is going for stand up, but
Yep.
Kipp is already starting the escape.
And Kipp having a bit of problem in the Leodox room. This always can be annoying when you don't have a high jump.
And as always, speed booster making the jumps just that little bit harder. Without, yeah, we didn't see high jump. That's right.
Yeah. Looking for, I think, high jump, an ice beam, screw attack. Yeah, I think that's it. And we have a dot done from Kipp with an official SRL time of 1 hour and 41 seconds. GG.
GG's. Really good second race with a lot more possibilities of checks. And I don't think we saw that big of a route divergence other than Ross going to check GT.
Yeah, and also Ross skipping bowling. I mean, the seed itself was pretty linear. Didn't have it happens a lot in Chozo, honestly. Now the only question left is, will Ross save the animals in his final game?
As I was saying earlier, he has run Metroid Fusion, so he might want to make that canon for the future. Looks like he's going down. Good job, Ross. Oh no, he's just scoping the situation there. And it's not going to save him. Taunting them. Well, if that's any indication, I don't know what that could be an indication of, but looks like Ross is gonna finish with an SRL time of 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 39 seconds. GG's. Oh wow, there were actually quite a lot of powerbomb packs, but
yeah, they must have been just buried.
Yeah,
decent ammo. A little low on supers. And I assume we should have at least one or possibly both of the runners in for an interview shortly.
Oh, we can see what items. Ice was at Plasma.
Yep.
Oof.
Not surprised. High jump at Spring Ball.
Oh boy.
And
Wow.
Screw Attack was at the Gauntlet. So it was debatable. Again, Screw could have helped out a little bit in just lower North Air general movement with the space jump combo.
Oh yeah.
And we are now joined by both Kipp and Rossu. GG, guys.
Hey,
GG, guys.
GG, Rossu. Nice job, man.
It was second race seemed pretty exciting.
Yeah, pretty close.
I'm wondering what you did.
Well, I'm trying to remember. After I got Speed Booster, I think I kind of just decided to go mode, and the only two items I checked after that were Ridley and Dragon. So I didn't get Ice Beam. I didn't get High Jump Boots. Didn't get Spring Ball. I did a 10 Power Bomb Torian and only got one drop, so I had to go back out and get another one. But other than that, I mean, it was pretty. Once I hit go mode, I kind of just went for it. What about you?
I went to Norfair first, and I checked Croc last. After getting Gravity, I went to Wreck Ship. I thought about going to Wreck Ship first, but there was a problem of not having power bombs.
Yeah,
that
I
early,
considered doing that too.
Yeah, it would have paid off great because Alpha PD had Space Jump, and then Wreck Ship E-Tank I think had Varia, so it would have been really nice.
Yeah, I considered actually going up there after Kraid, after we got the power bomb pack. But then I just was like, I'll just go ahead and well, I've got enough health. I'll do some runs down here and see if anything happens. Unfortunately, it didn't until Croc. But once I got to Croc and saw Gravity, I was kind of happy because not necessarily because I was like, oh, I found something he's not going to find. It was more like oh, thank goodness that I didn't waste my time down here. So, but yeah, man, good series of games. I'm interested to watch them back. And pretty fun.
Yeah, definitely. It's a great close to my season 2, getting knocked out by the one and only Kipp. It's I can't ask for anything better than that, I guess. But yeah, I knew I was coming in as the underdog, so I decided to do a lot of things that I wouldn't normally do, like hell runs. I actually pushed forward with hell runs. Didn't really work out like I wanted to. And the first match, I went wreck ship first. Everything seemed good up until the point where I missed the green gate glitch in Lore Norfair for the charge beam.
Oh,
So
no.
I had to kill Ridley and then double back to GT after killing Ridley, because at that point I didn't have I had nowhere near the minimum ammo for Tyrion.
See, that's funny because I was the opposite. I mostly on purpose, but a few times accidentally just I mean, I ended up with the highest percent I think I've ever had at the end of Rando. I think I ended that race at 62%, but I just kept
That's a
picking up
lot
every
of-
missile pack. I had over 100 missiles. And
wow.
there came a point where I don't remember exactly what point it was, but it was just kind of like, okay, I'm either committing myself to trying to find charge and hoping that it's in one of the easier spots, or I can just roll with this ammo thing and just keep collecting every miner. And I kind of just decided to do the miners. And so I skipped every major after that other than Ridley and Dragon. But yeah, good couple of races, man. Making it to the quarterfinals is certainly really good. And Rossu here, actually, if in case you guys didn't know, he was part of the first dash race at DreamHack Atlanta where he took down Zos. So, you know, you didn't get me, but you got Zos. And honestly, if I were you, I'd rather beat him. So,
Yeah, I guess you're right. But yeah, I tried really hard. I really wanted to go meme route on that second run, but again, no power bombs. So, it is what it is. And I knew just in general, your movement is so much better than mine, that making odd plays like that would have helped me out. In the end, I think we both took the same route. Considering the limitations that we had early on, I'm pretty sure we took the same route.
Yeah, in game 2, I mean, I can tell you guys what happened was you guys did the exact same thing. The only difference was Rossu got behind a little bit early, but you skipped bowling, so you actually took the lead after that.
Oh, okay.
But then the GT check, that was the difference there, and Kipp had better movement in Lower Norfair, so that kind of just opened things up where it was a little too late at the end for Rossu to catch up, even though I think, what was it? Yeah, the power bombs, not getting the power bomb drop, lost Kipp some time.
yeah, the item placements in this in these two particular races, well, I guess maybe more in the second one, kind of would have rewarded riskier play more than standardized play. So, I was kind of, I actually thought that he might skip bowling. I was considering whether or not I wanted to go do it myself, but I decided to go ahead and do it because I was like, well, if it's pretty much almost anything, I can probably get some kind of value out of it other than maybe Spazer if I run into Plasma later. And lo and behold, it was Spazer. So didn't really get any value out of that. In fact, I unequipped it in Lower Norfair to get some X Factors in, and then in Meridia. But yeah, man, it was it was a good race. I knew going into it that Rossu was a very good player, and I didn't necessarily feel like I had to take some kind of crazy risk, but at the same time, I knew that if I screwed up somewhere, that I'd be putting myself in jeopardy. So there was no real point where I felt super comfortable in either race. Although I did feel like when we hit the suitless seed in the first one, I was like, okay, maybe I'm not, like I was thinking if he went wreck ship first, I'm probably far behind. But once it was a suitless seed, I was like, okay, maybe I'm not as far behind as I thought. And maybe I can gain some time in Meridia. So anyway, it worked out. GG.
Yeah, both
Yeah.
races were really interesting. Like they were neck and neck until like the last part of each race. It was a really good race.
Gotcha. Yeah, I absolutely hate suitless Meridia. So the moment, what was it? The last item in Norfair, I think, because I did go right ship first. The last item in Norfair, when it wasn't Varia or Gravity, I knew immediately that it was time. So all I knew how to do. Well, at the time, I only had high jump and spring ball, so all I could really do was just spring ball jump everywhere. I didn't know like the optimal way to get through Main Street and all that, so I just did my best.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, for those of you watching in chat that don't know much about me or have never seen one of my streams, let me just make sure that I emphasize something real quick. I'm pretty much a short charge master. I get the speed Zeb skip first try every single time, just like I did in this last race. So make sure that that is a big strength of mine, and I nail it pretty much every time. So there you go.
I'm guessing that there were multiple.
Be quiet, Rossu. Be quiet.
I'm really good with facing right with the stutter 3, but facing left is kind of hard for me for some reason. Like the room pre-bot room, I'm able to get that stutter 3 from like right next to that beam block. But when it comes to like lava spark or Zeb skip or anything like that, I can't for some reason. It's pretty annoying.
Yeah, I totally get it, man. I'm terrible at short charging. So like I was only gonna try it one time, and then I was gonna do ammo kill on the Zebs. And when I got it, I was like, you have got to be kidding me. Like I was flabbergasted. I actually said something out loud. I won't tell you what I said, but I actually said something out loud when I got it. But yeah, so real quick, let me just point out this puts me into the semifinals, the final 4 of the Rando League, which I'm really happy about. Not that it really matters, but I am the last man standing at undefeated. Unfortunately, the 2 other participants who are undefeated going into the playoffs have taken at least 1 loss so far. So I feel like no matter what happens in the next round, at least I have something to hang my hat on. But I was told last night in my stream by this guy, none other than Sloters27 himself, that I definitely would not win the playoffs.
Ooh.
So I'll see you guys in the semis, and we'll see what happens.
Wow,
Big words.
Slaughter seems very confident.
I think Sloters forgot what happened in the DAB tournament this summer.
Well, Sloters has to play his own match against Cross. I don't even think that's happened.
Yeah, Cross is a pretty good opponent too, so it could be. I mean, it could go either way, I think.
Yeah, Cross is really good. I actually, to be serious for a minute, I'm just joking. Everybody knows this, but Sloters and I are friends, and we both, have a definite mutual respect for one another. So we're just kidding around. But Cross product is actually better than I think he gets credit for sometimes. And what I mean by that is everybody always knows that he's, good at like crazy tricks and knows a lot of tech that, not everybody knows. But I pay a lot of attention in races to like people's movement, and I think Cross executes at a level that's higher than sometimes people realize. So I think Cross is a really solid player, and I'm really looking forward to watching that race.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to witness firsthand Cross product playing. In fact, I think we did a few door randos, area randos, and item rando races, and he's a really good player. So I'm really excited to see that match when it happens. And just so you know, Kipp, if Sloters beats you, I will avenge you in the Dash tournament.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm really excited about that too. I'm really pumped about the Dash. Although I will admit, I had a few moments the other day during the last qualifiers where I was like really proud that that I was putting this together for all my friends in the Super Metroid community to have a good time and have a hype day. But then part of me was like, I really wanted to compete, because the competition is the most fun thing to me. So anyway, I just want to say real quick, thank you to our commentators, guys. I appreciate you guys giving up about 3 hours of your time to do this, and trackers as well. Everybody at Speed Gaming, Tracy, all the organizers, and Rossu. Thanks for being flexible about scheduling. I'm really happy we got to race because we never had had a chance before, and
Right. Yeah.
it was good to race a friend. So GG.
GG. Yeah, I was really excited for this race. I was so excited that I decided to practice playing Minecraft instead of Superman. No. I did some warm ups past weekend, so I want to make sure that I was in my best form, I guess, for this race, and I think I did really well. Losing by only 2 minutes against you to me is pretty significant accomplishment. But
yeah, can you hurry up and get some world records in Minecraft so whenever I talk about who I beat, I can be like, he's a world record Minecraft.
Well, when they verify my run, it's been like a week and a half now. For certain versions, I do have world records for it. But
y'all heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. I took down another world record holder. Let's go, baby.
They got to verify the run first, So
of course.
But yeah. Again, it was really great racing against you, Kipp. And Tracy, thanks for setting up the league and the tournament. I know it's a lot of hard work, and you keep pushing through it. And of course, Alfonso Plums, thanks for commentary. And last but not least, Speed Gaming for hosting all of this. It's really fun. I hope to see you guys in season 3. I hope that we get more new players for season 3. We had a lot for season 2, and I'm really excited to see this randomizer community grow. It's very fun to watch new players and stuff. So
yeah, I think I'll be there for season 3.
I'm saying this, but it was only last year that I was a new player myself. So it's really fun, I think. And like I said, I hope to see you guys again next season.
Oh, any final comments from either of you?
No, that's it for me. Thanks again, guys, and we'll see you next mission. I hope everybody has a very Merry Christmas, and no matter where you are, what you're doing, I hope you get some chill time in and enjoy yourself. So see y'all.
See ya.
Yeah, see you guys.
See ya. Have a good night.
I forgot we were so close to Christmas already, honestly.
Oh yeah, it's like in
just a couple
2 days.
away. Yeah.
Tomorrow's Christmas Eve. I wonder if we'll have any surprise races. No, probably not.
Yeah, with the holidays. Interesting. Let me look at the bracket. So, right now we're still going through the quarterfinal matches. Sloaters and, as we mentioned, Sloaters and Cross Product need to play their all 3 games, or 2 or 3, depending on how it goes. And Ponk and Zeb actually are in the middle of their match too. Zeb is up 1-0, so they need to finish their match. But after that, we will be seeing the semifinals, and then, of course, the finals match. And pretty much every match from here on out is going to be really good. All the remaining players are undoubtedly, objectively amazing at Rando. So there's going to be a lot of great races to finish off the season. But yeah, unfortunately, we don't have exact schedule yet on the next races, but you can either join the Discord or just kind of keep following the Speed Gaming channel, and we will see you when the next race happens. Any final words for you, Fonzie?
No, pretty much everything has been said. I can't wait to watch the next race. Probably gonna step back from commentary because I feel I've been doing it a bit too much. So hopefully some other people step up. And yeah, I think I'm good. I have to say, yeah, thanks for everybody responsible for putting this league together too, because it's been real fun doing this. Like, so I can't really explain how I feel, but it's just been great trying to actually talk since I'm not that much of a talker. But
Oh no, I definitely like this is something I just happened to find on a whim way back in the tournament, and I've been completely hooked ever since because I was never a Super Metroid runner myself.
yeah, I came here running Metroid Fusion. That's how I knew of Ross, and then he just decided to do this, and I guess I just follow him everywhere. But yeah, it's been good, and we'll see you next time.
Yep, happy holidays. See you next time.